Hello everybody. In this video, we'll see how to validate a form in a React application. So here I already have a form where I'm required to enter email and password. So when I click on the sign in button, you'll be seeing a required field validation. So let's see how to add these required field validations in your form. Let's start by having a look at our React.js code. So here I have a sign in component here. Inside the sign.js, you can see that I have a normal template, the template that you're viewing here, and like on each template and all, we are saving the fields and all, like the value, change values in the fields array in the state. Now, what we can do here is like we can add another variable called errors to keep a track of the errors in the particular fields. And on click, like on the form submit, I'm calling a method called validate here. This is the validate method. So right now it doesn't really do anything. So what we can do is we can validate the field values here. So I'll just check if this dot state dot fields dot email, if it doesn't really have any value, like at that time I'll simply set the error set for this thing. So state dot error for email will be true, and I'll set the state using the state value. Similarly, if the password field also doesn't really have a value, so I'll simply set the error for this password field as true. Now, depending on whether we have any error in our form or not, we need to return from the function, or like we need to make some API call. So like if the form is okay, then we'll continue with our whatever logic we have here. Otherwise, we need to return from here. So in order to see, just to confirm if we have any error, we'll define variable form is valid. I'll set it default to true. So if the form is not valid, that time it will return. It won't be proceeding to this validation logic. So I also need to set this thing to false if any of the fields are empty. I'll set it here also. We also need to add a validation message for this thing. So right now we are not showing any message here, as you can see. So I have created a separate component for showing the validation message here. Here, as you can see, it simply returns this particular span HTML with some message that we pass in. So I'll do one thing. I'll add this component here, validation, and pass in the message. The message will be email is required in this case. Similarly, password is required. Now if I refresh this thing, you can see that the message is showing by default, like on load also. So to correct this thing, I need to add a validation in my validation.js, like in my validation component. So here I need to check prompt. So I need to pass a state in the prompt, and I need to check if prompt.state. So I'll do one thing. I'll go here. I'll pass in the state variable called state. That will be having the state values. So I'll be checking what do you call? I'll be checking the error object here. So I'll pass in the state here also. And I'll pass in the key also, like whatever the field it is. So I'll pass in field as here it's email, and here the field is password. And I go to my validation.js file, and here I check that prompt, the state dot error, this dot props dot field. So I'm checking exactly like if we have any errors. If the error is there, at that time I'll be returning this particular HTML content. If no error is there, We'll simply return null. I'll save it. I'll refresh the application here. So now as you can see, we are not seeing the validation messages initially. Now if I click on the sign in button, you should be able to see the required field validations. So this is how we add validations to our form in a React application. Hope you like this video. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.